Yeah, silent is a tough puzzle. That's for sure. I hope
Oh,
when I look
yeah,
at that.
it's pretty solid.
So here, when I was fighting unkempt here,
Hmm.
um, I kept this strategy for the whole tournament. It was mainly I'm going to find out how much space they're going to give me for free, and I'm just going to take as much as they'll give me without committing to anything crazy, and just try to slowly like walk people to the corner.
It's
Like
not a bad
he
strat.
kicked me in the face. So I was like, all right, you can't run. All right, we're back to neutral. It's fine. And then I'm just like, all right, I got the corner. Fuck, that was a really bad commitment.
I think that was their moment right there.
What
A
now?
little too clear. Like how you doing like that with CD. Watch right here. Then
Yeah,
going to.
so I'm supposed to be buffering. I do it later in the tournament. Um, I'm supposed to be buffering DP on the other side because nothing comes out, and I would have DP'd across my head and knocked him back in the corner.
Okay, so can I give you my opinion on when to use your CD board? I'm not saying like it's
Yeah,
a
no, sure.
no. Like what I would do, I will start establishing like a stronger ground game before I start using that. And like I mean, because it looks like she does take time and she lunges at you. I mean, and then like it's quick right when she's about to throw it out. But I feel like the initial startup is not that great at
Mm-hmm.
times, especially when King she does have fast normals that actually pretty much like stops you from moving in,
Yeah.
and her stand D, her stand C, and all that good stuff, right? Um, what I would do here, I would be a little bit more patient. I will work on like using your good normals, like either jump hop or jump D, or C and etc. Crouch B.
Yeah.
Use that a little bit more to establish like, hey, I'm gonna use these stronger normals to try to neutralize the neutral situation and try to apply pressure with that. And when you get closer, you start using stand B. Now, what you want to do is like you gotta use a little bit. I mean, use that stand B a little bit more. So it seems like your pressure is a little bit more tight. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So when you're able to establish that, you start making him think that, hey, I think he's gonna hit a stand B, or maybe this thing has been keeping me more grounded at this time. Then you could start trying to use that stand CD um, as a frame trap or in a block string pressure. Then start using it to go into your elbow and etc. Start taking more risk with it later on, but don't do it too early. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so doing things like cuz the CD is really good when people are trying to jump out of your pressure. There's like a specific spacing for it too that I saw Lagia do, and I'm like been labbing it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you do two crouch Bs into a stand B, and then if you CD, you can just go into shoulder or Rekka. If they block and if they jump over you or roll, you get DP on the other side, or you can get nothing as well.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so um, just to like backtrack about
But
like
but getting there is the important part,
yeah.
right? This is the
So
glue to get to that point.
so let's go back to using your stand B a little bit more. So if you do stand B and you notice like it's keeping your opponent grounded and you think he's feeling more antsy, then like how you said it catches people jumping or rolling or some of those OSs, right?
Yeah.
So you want to build that frustration with a certain normal before you even start to use that, no? So it's kind of like conditioning.
Yeah.
You would say.
So I'm
So
I'm assuming one good place to do it would be right here, right? Because I go straight into Rekka. I whiff a lot and then I go into Rekka. But if I use crouch B, delay it like the stupidest smallest amount, and then stand B, that kind of thing.
I would say like the way how that king is playing right now, you need to develop a tighter like block string or stagger pressure, because he is definitely pressing buttons like right after like a crouch B, and he's
Yeah.
just like notching D, and you do notice like he has hit you a few times because of stuff like that, right? So
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. Be able to capitalize on just staggering and frustrating him, not being able to press a button at that range, and then it will cause him to want to move, and that's where your your stand CD will actually be more effective.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So being able to lock him down first is going to be a big.
I noticed in the beginning in this matchup, right after you do a certain string, he just mashed C or mashed D, because you were just moving in. So like he's catching you moving in. You want to be able to put it where you're able to want to move in or do anything that takes a little longer to come out to start applying pressure.
Here the trade-off here though. I mean, I fucked up, right? But in my head, when I was right before I made this mistake, I was telling myself this wasn't the end of the world because of the space and positioning we were at. I traded 150 health for the corner. Like, I didn't think that was like the worst thing, but if you can help me work that out, right? Like, let's talk about that, I guess.
Okay, so let's go back to where you got him to the corner.
Okay.
You do that, now he's in the corner. See, now, like, so you notice how, like, you start doing, like, stand CD, it comes out slower, and etc. Yeah. Like, what I would have done, I would have just, like, chilled at that space and try to react. So, like, try to, like, just sit there, and because he looked like he just wanted to jump, you could have DP'd him, right? Like, if you were to stand in a better position and just waited.
And if I didn't move from this spot, I would have been able to react with anything, really.
Yeah. So if you did DP, you put him in the corner, you get that hard knockdown, you can just take a small step back and get into either your stand B range, max crouch B range, and lead to forward B, or you could stand into a range where he whiffs the normal and you can hop D at him. But be wary of like him rolling in a way. So you just want to stand and just watch that space and see how he reacts, and just when you see like a light pause, like, oh shit, I could jump right here. Oh shit,
I could do hop B. That'd be like right here or something, right? It wouldn't go all the way in, but I'd land if he rolled, and I could hit him crouch B. He'd be like right here. If he jumps, that's that. DP goes this way.
Or you could just walk back, you know?
Yeah, and if I take 2 steps, I mean, but if I don't want to go back more than here, right? Like, this would be probably just to stop him from doing the super jump or whatever.
Well, I mean, you can stop him from super jumping or normal jumping, but you're also like trying to respect his space, and like you're also trying to look for those tornado kicks, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you don't want to always just like be walking or inching forward, but I mean, either way, it really all depends how you're predicting your opponent movements. That's all based onto you. But even though if you move back just a tad bit, you're not really giving it too much, but you do give her a little bit of space to start chucking fireballs. But standing right there is like not, I mean, a good option too. But like I said, it all really depends on your opponent, like reactions, or depending on how you want to play it out. But either way, like that's a good spot to be at where you're at right now too.
Okay.
But that's another thing to like take into consideration for later.
Okay, yeah, and this will be not to go too ham in this position. Be able to be more comfortable around this zone.
See how she whiffed the stand D? Let's go back to that. I think she whiffed a stand D.
She may have.
See how she whiffed that stand D? And she doesn't have meter? I would have just freaking hop D that, right, as she whiffed it, and try to use that for pressure. Like right there, you should have been able to, oh shit, I saw this normal, I was waiting for it, and like when you look for like these normals to like whiff, you're gonna be able to eventually react better. It's like, okay, I could have hop D right here, and if hit hop D max distance and hit stand B and see what happens during those consecutive attacks.
Right. So right there, oh man, it's gonna be
it's
to get back.
It's fast though, but yeah.
No, I get it. I remember where it is now. So I decided to step back. Why? What went through my head at this moment in time? I'm trying to rack my brain real quick.
You were probably expecting something else. You weren't expecting that. When you saw that, you probably like had like a flinch reaction. You know what I'm saying? You just weren't ready for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that right there, you were doing stand CD too many times, and I think that pretty much like gave away that position right there. You could have played that a little bit differently for sure.
Yeah.
Like you could have been like waiting for him to jump and do like a jump B, for example, or hop B, and you probably would have tagged her away out of that air to air. That was nice. But
yeah, learning to be more patient. Yeah, I was really nervous for this tournament still. I felt better than I have been forever. Like, or at least like I felt much more calm in a lot of different situations, but I could definitely tell I was still nervous. I was just nervous, but like comfortable nervous, I guess. I still gotta conquer them.
Here and there.
Huh?
But like, I still get nervous here and there, but for some reason, like, over like a year or two ago, I just started to develop like, hey, I'm just not gonna give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
If I do bad, I do bad. That's my fault. If I do good, I do good because I think I played my ass off for it. But I will always try my best. But I mean, I still choke here and there, but it's just like, you know, developing that, what's it called, I don't give a fuck attitude anymore. It definitely helped me out a lot.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. One day I aspire to not give a shit.
Yeah, you still have to not give a shit, but you still can't like be stupid about it, right? Like, you still gotta be smart on like and be more, what's it called, conscious of what you do. That was nice. Oh, but the drops. I think he could have did crouch B because he did a trip. You definitely would have tagged him right there.
Fucking asshole. Hold up. That's so stupid. I can't believe I got that. I was playing too slow there. Let's see.
This worked out good, but you dropped that, sadly. He was a little... You were
a little...
Oh,
yeah. So that's what that was. I felt too close. I honestly thought he was going to DP.
When you rolled right there?
Yeah, when we rolled together, I thought he was going to DP. That's why I tried to get the fuck out of Dodge. Hey, iNoobtacular, welcome to the stream. Yuri KOF, welcome to the stream. Stan C is a good stop sign. Oh, King Stan C is a good stop sign. The button's too good. Oh, yeah, I think so too. Shit's godlike.
Yeah, I like how you just playing it slow, and that was a good jump in.
Yeah, I was watching, I think I watched Kevzor's set or something, and I was like, what the fuck spacing does he do this at? I finally got the hop. I talked to All the Day the other day about that. Chrome Gonzalez is now following. Thank you, man. Welcome to the stream.
But yeah, that was good jump into a hop, and he was not prepared for that. But I think he could have, if he blocked high, that could have been a different game right there. It would have changed the scenario quite a bit.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, he didn't confirm off that, sadly. Sucked that he didn't stagger his crouch B. So watch right here. This is why stagger pressure is actually a little important, and we'll show it to you guys in a little bit, or to unkempt later on if he does watches it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna happen during the neutral when he gets a clean jump in right here. He does this, and he's gonna super right. Now I believe he's gonna run up and pressure right here, or jump. He gets it though. Now he's gonna run and pressure. See how you did crouch B. He did crouch B. You did crouch B.
Yeah.
You hit him right there. This is where you actually have to have as a KOF player, you have to learn how to time your stagger pressure, because if you stagger, if he did a crouch B and you were mashing B right there, and he staggered that B and timed it right, he could have staggered to double crouch B, and it could have been another max mode combo, and you could have been toasted right there.
Yeah.
He got away with murder at that situation.
I agree. I think so. That was it's happened to me a lot. Like there was a couple times when I was playing someone and I was like, this cannot be free. Whatever. Like, this cannot be free. I gotta mash. I gotta do something. You gotta get your shit timed right. That happened a couple times in my head, and that's something I will have to break out of.
Oh yeah.
But that's the Dragon Ball in me, dude. It's the light. Oh, I vacuumed into you. Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna do my combo. That doesn't work in this game. You have to commit a whole ass meter.
It's like kind of like watching Street Fighter players play. They're so like stiff in this game.
Oh, yeah, give me 1 second to get caught up with chat real quick. Okay, so this is where I should stop mashing like a fucking madman. It worked out for me, but I shouldn't always do that in certain situations. I was proud of myself for that, by the way. I dropped it. That was not sad. I'm proud of that one.
But at least if you mash, try to be more conscious on how to follow it up. You know, like
Yeah.
if you do mash crouch B and you get one crouch B, you go for that quarter circle 4D, for example. Just instead of just mashing and just keep going by mashing a button.
Yeah, and it's kind of like what we were telling Giuseppe. I'm doing the same thing, but a little less lights. Like, and you'll see me do it a lot with the lights too. But I had the same problem, and I've been trying to work it out. But doing something like crouch B into knee, not even doing anything else, you know.
Yeah.
Just to keep them off.
Something to take into consideration when you do crouch B and we see like, oh, this looks like it did hit kind of far. Just try it out and see if quarter circle 4D hits, because it does look like it hits pretty far. And if it does hit, you just go down up D, right? You just get your full conversion from there.
Yeah. And you have forever to convert with the down up D.
I see, even better. Oh, that was nice, but sadly no conversion.
Let's look back at that real quick. Yeah, see, so there I'm a little timid because if I go into Rekka there, sometimes if I don't do it right, they can roll out and then I get punished.
Oh, I see.
Or I don't think it's actually going to hit. But there you go, right? I'm not doing the triple crouch B, but I am doing crouch B into nothing, and I'm not following my own advice that I was saying earlier. Okay. So, I need to start working in poke strings, right? Like if I'm poking with intention. We were just talking about this too. Okay, doing that with Benny would be crouch B into knee. That would be a good check. Doing it with Alice, maybe doing crouch B stand B if I have meter, or crouch B forward A. No, crouch B forward A would be terrible.
Another thing I would suggest too, like I would do like a. Can you go back a little bit, because I just want to know what happened when you ran. So it's trade. Well, that was a good jump CD from her. Just playing patient. Oh, right there, damn. I probably would have like jump attack like with that crouch.
He conditioned me to stop jumping here. I was like, all right, I'm not jumping. We're not jumping. And then I started jumping. I was like, remember jumping?
This match ain't got thrown you out of there. Yeah, he's
man, I was so sad. I was like, I'm getting this fucking corner. Sorry, go ahead.
He's definitely catching you being impatient that whole round right here.
Yeah.
So you know how I was talking about like earlier, like even though like they throw fireballs, you don't always have to try to like close the distance on them, because like if he was getting a little bit better, he could have been catching you with tornado kicks, right?
Yeah, so he could have been doing that. He could have been doing max mode conversions too. Like I would have been dead a lot earlier. I got away with a lot here. Yeah, and I got greedy there. I got greedy with the reset.
So I will say, like, in this matchup, you gotta play slower. Like, the time is gonna run down, and I have a feeling it's gonna be like that with King in general. So it's best if you can just like play the game slowly, avoid those fireballs, but avoid it at a safe distance where you don't get tagged by tornado kicks. Take her to the corner and keep her there. Don't do anything risky like that where she could jump over it. But like if you are gonna like go at her, test her reaction with like a max distance hop or jump D. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just hit the end of it and start to use that to condition him to like he's gonna to like not move, and then you could start using like a deeper jump in attack. Yeah, like right there. That was nice. That's what I'm talking about, homeboy.
1 second.
That's all good.
I'm gonna let this run. Someone's knocking on my door. BRB, y'all. I'll be right back, dude.
So this is like what we were talking about earlier. Like you're just jumping against the fireball at the wrong time, rolling through. He was catching you being impatient. But this one slipped through. Like Unkempt should have just been playing the fireball game. He didn't even throw a 4B. He was just hoping you'll run in right into that. He should have just definitely just did a stand B at most, so he'll be safe, or he should just chilled and threw a light fireball, and if you did jump at a certain range, he would DP you. And damn, that mash crouch B though.
Yeah. Well, so when the this here that like last two, that wasn't supposed to be that. That was supposed to be the whiffed one was like whiff and then max cancel.
Oh.
The two, the ba-ba. And then I was like, no, do it right this time. And I didn't run forward enough. I was like, damn it.
Yeah, so that's why that combo drops. That's something I think I noticed that Kevzer is doing a lot too, because he's not running forward before doing the forward B. So he's too high, and he's not getting the full conversion of that combo. That was nice. Just straight up did it. He was not prepared.
I thought he was gonna do a C.
That was a good command grab. See right there, I think can you go back right there? How you did that full jump right after the command grab? And pause when you land.
Okay.
You land right here. Nah, I think she would have been too high. I was about to say you could try to test that with wait, is that his early crouch B animation right here? Yeah, it was. So I think
I could have done a stand B.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. I mean, she probably would have jumped over it still, but who knows?
So it's not supposed to be a full jump.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a hop, right? We got that instead. Like, so between like what like Kevzer and what you're doing, like compared to Benny, like your Benny is a little bit more aggressive. Kevzer, I think he would hit him air to air right there. Like he like waits a little bit more, but he waits to see like little visual cues, and that's how he capitalizes on like, you know, meeting you air to air and stuff like that.
Yeah, I realized one of the best weeks I was playing KOF was I was just spacing myself out and looking at the character in my peripheral, and then I was looking at the timer. And the moment that I saw movement towards the timer, I would jump and I would air to air. And I've never been able to recreate that, but maybe that's something I just have to really level up when I know someone's gonna jump.
Neutral game that you just have to start. You just have to work on, right?
Yeah. Start giving that the proper value again.
Oh, that could have been punishable.
Yeah, I missed my air dash.
Nice. Oh, the drop, sadly.
Yeah, I'm just dropping everything. That was supposed to be super.
I like that catch.
That was supposed to be EX, but I ran out.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that would chip. That was supposed to be crouch B. I was panicking, man. I really mean it when Unkempt had me sweating on shooting. Like all these neutral things that you talked about compounded in the back of my head.
Just gotta chill, man. Don't trip.
Oh, realized the webcam's been off. Oops. Turned it off when I walked out. Bum, bum, bum.
That was too low.
Still rocking? What?
That was pretty much too low.
Yeah. So like Unkempt, the best thing I can tell you is there's a lot of times where you missed opportunities to punish me for some of the shenanigans right there. I understand I'm Shune, I understand it's scary, but I'm sure you're gonna figure out these moments and be able to bring up your game. Like you already have most of like the stopping me in neutral down. Just when I'm in making I don't know, educated guesses on what I'm gonna do, or even punishing that, like jumping back.
So there's one thing I want to like let Unkempt
Probably
know.
experience, I think. What's up?
There's one thing I want to let Unkempt know is that like he definitely needs to be using his mirror to get him off of you, or yeah, pretty much get you off of him, right? And I noticed that he's been playing better at mid screen during the neutral, and I feel like once he got close, that's where things start to fall apart, and he wasn't able to play that kind of pacing yet. So that's something that he needs to start to develop, where he's like, oh, he missed something and there's a small gap. You're gonna have to be able to take that gap by throwing a crouch B or stand B or anything like that. Or if you are just feeling too frustrated, you could definitely be doing like a stand CD, guard cancel. to get him off of you, because I noticed that like you were able to play and fight against Nate a lot better when you actually had that mid screen range against him, and it definitely did show. But you kind of like just fucked up by doing like or just making terrible decisions like that 4B with Robert. I don't know if that was intentional because you were hoping that he would run into it, but that definitely like was one thing that like kind of did like f you over because he got a clean jump in and he just converted off of that. So then like, and another thing too, you do have Robert who has a DP. So if you notice that he's gonna run the jump and you throw a fireball at a certain range, so learn your fireball range, right? You'll throw a light fireball and he's like, oh, I'm standing far away, so I should be safe, or he can't jump me because I want to recover at this time. But if he's gonna be at a range where he jumps, and then if he's gonna be above you, you gotta have to be able to anticipate and counter that with a DP. And just stuff in general, defending your space a little bit better than you should. Because like you did like keep him out here and there, which was great. But one thing that like what you need to start implementing a bit better is just working on like having a better offense and working on better block strings, pressure, media attacks, etc. Because when you had those opportunities, they just seem to just slip
like that.
Yeah, like he had
mode cancel. I mean, I did this too, right? I'm dropping these as well, but I mean, trying to be hypercritical of the both of us, right? Like, make sure we both get better, not just.
I drop it once in a while. I mean, I don't play perfect.
But looking out for those scenarios and practicing them specifically will definitely help you level up your game.
Be more conscious and try to be more consistent when you see those kind of things happening.
Yeah, I think it's only a matter of time. Like maybe, I don't know, if he practices for a good, like, I don't know, 2 weeks, I think our games are going to be a lot closer. Like, a lot closer. Like, he'll start getting one off me and stuff. And I'll be forced to adapt to his new stuff.